We got some great news, y'all. It's a good day in Chicago if you're watching the Bears and the Bulls. Got good news for our Bulls, but today we got to talk about the good news coming for the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have opened up the 21-day window for star cornerback Jaylen Johnson to make his return. Nothing is better than hearing that for a team that is trying to make a playoff push. We're going to talk about that, talk about some other notable things on the injury report as well. Before we do, though, you know you got to hear the music first. Come on now.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host, Bobby, and I'm holding it down, bringing you the latest regarding your Chicago Bears. Ladies and gentlemen of the CBC family, we receive good news today. The Chicago Bears have opened up the 21-day window for Jaylen Johnson to make his return to football. And in fact, they have this man listed as questionable on the injury report. For me personally, I don't expect him to play, but who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying, who knows? We have not seen Jaylen Johnson play football since week 2 versus the Detroit Lions. It's been a long time, y'all. Been a long time. It's been a long time. But hey, if we can get him back, and I don't need him back this week, if we can get him back and he can remain on the field, that takes this defense to another level. They already have been generating a crazy amount of turnovers. And now you mean to tell me we getting the best cornerback in the division back to go against these divisional opponents and these other teams that we're not gonna be underdogs versus? Man, that's good news to hear. Me personally, I'm thinking that the Chicago Bears, they should just go ahead and just let them ramp up. I don't think this is a situation you want to go out there and rush. But he has been down for some time now, months. So who knows how he's feeling. And if he does come back, hey, Dennis Allen, I don't need all that man-to-man coverage. That's why my man went down in week 2. Gonna have to go out there and try to get him on a pitch count or something like that, for lack of a better term, and then see how well he can perform and, build it up week by week so you can see his snap count increase. So I think that's really, really good news, great news, in fact, to have Jaylen Johnson return to this Bears defense because they need him out there. They need him out there. Nashawn Wright, he does something good, and then he gives you a headache right after. Or he gives you a headache right after, and then he gives you a little sense of calmness by making a play. But we need that consistent play to be good. And with C.J. Gardner-Johnson playing the way that he has been playing, oh my God, look out. The biggest question is going to be, what does Dennis Allen do with all his talent in the defensive back room? What are he going to do? Because when the expectation is for Kyler Gordon to make his return in a couple weeks too. You know what I'm saying? He was placed on IR with the groin injury, just similar injury, kind of similar to Jaylen Johnson. And it's going to be a sight to see if we can get all those guys back. Dennis Allen going to be going crazy with the blitzes. It's just going to be crazy. But we're going to wait and see, man. Again, I don't think that we're going to be seeing Jaylen Johnson this Sunday versus the Minnesota Vikings. But hey, if he is out there, I'm going to be very, very happy. And I'm not upset that we did not get Asante Samuel Jr. I'm good on that. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. He probably looked at the situation and said, bro, Jaylen Johnson, because I that would have been one of the questions I asked. What's my role going to look like when Jaylen Johnson and Kyler Gore come back? Am I going to get tick? They probably said, nah, your snaps might get dropped. And he said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and move around over here, help this team because I know I have a better chance of playing more snaps. And you live with the decision. He a grown man. He made his choice. We move on. And the good thing is, for the most part, we have a clean injury report outside of 2 players. Jade Walker dealing with that concussion. He did practice Friday in a limited role, but he's ruled out for Sunday's game. TJ Edwards, who had hand surgery, has been ruled out as well and did not practice at all this week. I would imagine that the Chicago Bears are going to allow him to have some time and then get him ready. And Club Edwards going to be out there. I anticipate TJ Edwards playing with a club on his hand. That's just how I'm looking at it. But other 2 guys that we have on the report, Jaquan Brisker has been listed as questionable as well with a back injury. And I expect him to play. I think that he did practice today in a limited role. So we'll see. He's on practice squad. We passed on him. Oh, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Maybe they wanted to look at the medicals, though. But, hey, I still think that is good. Great news for the Chicago Bears, man, to go out there and take and get JJ back. The healthier we could be going down the stretch, I think the chances of this Bears team pulling off some wins, we should be all right. But it does, if we keeping it real, though, I'm going to keep it real. We just don't know what's going to happen in these last 8 games. We just don't know. We don't know. Because one thing when we talk about the football conversation is you can't expect to beat everybody in the 4th quarter or just simply playing your best football in the 4th quarter. I think that when you go against the teams like the Vikings on Sunday or go in your rematch versus Detroit Lions and facing the Packers 2 times, going against the Eagles and all these other teams, you have to play good for 4 quarters. It's great. We've seen that this team can at least compete and claw their way back to find ways to win. But the next step is playing 4-quarter football, because if we do make it to the playoffs and it's still shaky, playing the way that we have been playing, we getting our ass whooped in the first round depending on the matchup. And that's something I don't want to watch. It will be a sign of good growth for the Chicago Bears to make the playoffs. But again, now is the time to start playing 4-quarter football and then establishing and utilizing that character that you built up to play great football in the 4th quarter. Now that just gets elevated even more, in my opinion. But you got to show up for 4 quarters in this league, especially versus divisional opponents, especially versus the reigning Super Bowl champions, and especially if you want to make it to the playoffs. They're in the thick of things. We got a long way to go. Still 2 months of football left, 8 weeks. We going to see what's to it, man. We going to see what's to it. I hope that these guys are going to be able to go out there and do what we need them to do, man. It could start Sunday. Can you go out there and get your lick back? When you face the Pittsburgh Steelers in a couple weeks, can you take care of business? When you play the Philadelphia Eagles on that schedule, can you compete? Because to me, the Philadelphia Eagles, though they do have problems, they still a really good team that can find ways to win, because that defense, it's for real. The offense struggling, that defense is for real. And that new trade asset that they just added to their team in Jalen Phillips, he was bringing heat in the last week versus the Green Bay Packers. He was bringing heat for real. So we got to be ready. We got to play good 4 quarters of football, man. But hey, my Prince in the building. What up, though? That's crazy. Mike Davison, CBC, bear down. What's the word? Quentin Rose, what up, my boy? We was just kicking it and talking about the Bulls. What's the word? He said, better fuck down. Baki in the building. Bobby, Jaylen Johnson is questionable on the injury report. Yes, I did not expect that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. And what's gonna be a complete shocker is if they say, yeah, he's good to play. I'm gonna say, hold on, he's good to play? He's good to play? But then I'm gonna be happy as hell. Crimson in the building. Yo, greetings, go Bears. And he said this intro is nice in my car. Don't it be hitting? Don't that bass be knocking? For real. Dank gang, what up, boy? Said this is great news and bear down. For sure. And then Sex Machine up in here. What up? Said, yo, the healthier the better. Absolutely. What's good, Bobby? What up, man? Josh, what's the word? How y'all doing, man? It's definitely Friday. We definitely about to turn up, have some fun. We still in B-Day mode. I've been still in B-Day mode. And then I'm going to go ahead and, take my breather. But, hey, it's been busting. It's been good around here. So, y'all make sure y'all locked in. Me and C-Dub gonna be bringing y'all that mailbag episode tomorrow. So if you got thoughts, anything, we're gonna try to squeeze you in. For real. Josh said Dennis Allen is probably jumping for joy right now. He's probably gonna be jumping for joy in front of the media later when they do interviews after practice. We're gonna see. Lil Tony, what's the word? What up, though? Brandon, what up, my boy? How you doing? Said, what's good? I've been hearing about Jaylon. It's good news to hear he on his way back. Bear down. We need that. We absolutely need that, don't we, Brandon? What? We need JJ to put clamps on somebody. For real. Let Jaylon sit till we see the Eagles. Hey, Isaiah, look. I'm going to trust the coaching staff, but I'm kind of on your side with this one. Don't rush it. Yeah, I don't think you don't have to rush this thing. Me personally, my expectation is that they play it similarly how they played it with Austin Booker. They took all the time. They took all of that window to say, all right, he ready now. They say, all right, he ready now. And we all know them damn groin and hamstrings and ankles, they all tricky. And with this team playing a lot of man coverage, we need Jaylen Johnson as healthy as possible, as close to 100% as possible. And he already, I believe he did an interview a couple weeks ago to where he spoke, and he said that this time he gonna not try to rush it back, but he's gonna be, anxious to play, which you expect. Mitch said, squeeze you in. It's crazy, ain't it? Yeah. Chris Evans, what up, my boy? Just Desirable said, I'm with you. Isaiah, he got injured so quick the first time. I'll bring him off the bench if needed, for sure. I think the defense gonna get way better when we get healthy. I agree, bro. I think because I like how Austin Booker played last week, these last 2 games, I think that he gonna be good. I think Austin Booker is about to go crazy. OD rather he come back by the second Green Bay Packers game. We'll see. Hey, Bobby, SP, what up, my boy? We was just over there chopping it up about the Bulls. Now your boys at work about the Bears. Had to go out there, knock them out before I go back and chill with the fam for a couple hours before I got to do a little appearance for one of my boys on CNG podcast. Shout out my boys over there. We talking Bears tonight. They talking about they got a formula. They got some concerns about the Bears team, so I got to see if I got to agree or disagree. But y'all know we going to keep it a buck the whole time. What up, SP? He said, I want him to fully heal and not risk him getting injured again. For sure. Chris Evans, Bobby Hayes been skipping my voicemail for the longest time. I'm hurt. Hey, man, look, it's nothing personal when we go in and we pick voicemails to do. It's all based on what somebody is saying and how many we can fit in an episode. Because if we go with too many, we'll be on that mug for like 45 minutes. And then we don't want you sitting and listening, for 45 minutes or 40 minutes before your voicemail get heard. We try to keep it between that 30 to 35 minute window, at least when me and C-Dub do it. So I'm going to listen to what you said. If it's something good, we going to play you. Now, if you want to talk crazy, we still might play you. We still might play you. Hey, Rose in the building. What up, my boy? It's the front seven got to upgrade it. Yep. I think that's a project for the offseason for sure. But I also believe that if you can allow just another second with those cornerbacks, you allow the defense to get, an extra second per se, to run the ball. I mean, to sack the quarterback and, do some good things. For sure. I hope y'all play my voicemail tomorrow, but I basically said we need to go 2-2 these next 4 games. If we want a chance to be in the playoffs, I also said we got to score 24 points in the first half. Hey, I'm going to follow up with you 1 second, Chris, because I got to read this from Sex Machine. Chicago Bears most win against is a must win versus the Vikings this Sunday. I agree. Me personally, that's just my personal opinion. If somebody feel like it's not a must win, that's them. But me, I feel like we got to put belt to ass. You completely dropped the ball versus the Minnesota Vikings in week 1. You have to whoop ass. And what better way to get this thing rolling? You know what I'm saying? What better way to get this thing rolling than to put belt to ass to a divisional opponent? And that's where it all comes in for us to say, Ben Johnson, you stoic as ever on the sideline. The killer mentality in the fourth quarter. Now, how do you build off that to become a 4-quarter team? I agree. I have it as a must win. That's just me. I don't look, bad losses happen all around the NFL every single week. But the Bears, for their sake, you got to take care of business, bro. You have to. You got to take care of business. I believe the Bears are the better team. I believe the Bears had a better quarterback. You have to take care of business. This is one of those games to where we look at Caleb Williams and be like, all right, bro, we love what you've been doing this season for the most part. But you had a complete blunder in week 1 versus this team with this blitz package. And Ben Johnson, call up Kyle Monangai. We need him to hit mugs. How do you get guys to back off of some of that blitz pressure? Hit him. Hit him. Hit him, hit him, hit him. And let's get Luther Burden involved. Let's look at Coast and Lovely. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Appreciate you, Chris Evans, for sure. Definitely showing a lot of love to the channel, bro. Definitely calling in with great takes. Definitely letting us hear your thoughts, man. I know it's all love, brother. I know it's all love. Crimson, the Vikings have the second most giveaways in the league, and the Bears have the most takeaways in the league. The Bears about to eat. We got to eat. We got to eat. We got to eat, bro. You already know, dog. It's definitely all love. JJ only played 4 games. He's 2-2 with 5 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 4 fumbles. Crazy work, ain't it? Crazy work. We need it. We need it. The biggest thing that I need to see is that this team take care of business and the defense close the game. And the offense put their neck on these boys. Send the message. SP, I want Ben Johnson to call more running plays and to call more simplified plays. I think if you establish the run, you will be able to get to those play action plays that is going to help in your favor. Because if you look at last game, if I recall correctly, Brian Flores didn't blitz often at the start of the game. He came out of halftime blitzing like the maniac he is. If I recall correctly, we got to score 24 points in the first half in every game. These next 4 opponents ain't no joke. And the Eagles and Steelers look beatable. Agreed. You have a path to the playoffs, but you got to take it week by week with this team. We have to. Yeah, versus Vikings, we got to go get back. I saw a video film, J.J. McCarthy last week game. He threw pass over J.J. head out of bounds. Bro, wide open. Brandon, I believe you could have completed that pass, brother. Fuck they talk about. What they talk about? We got to duck bad. We got to see what's to it. Now is the time to really shift the culture. We need Swift, Monangai, and Britton Brown. All three run the ball. I'm with you. Y'all know Steve-O gonna be on here pounding the table to run the damn ball for sure. Because that's how you slow down the pass rush. That's how you slow it down. Frank, what up, though? He says bear down. Chris Evans. Yup, short QBs always shine in PlayStation. Oh, play action. Hey, that would have been. Hey, PlayStation would have worked too. Cuz. Chris said, yes, running the ball. The Bears had the second ranked rushing offense. Vikings have the 22nd ranked rush defense. Run that rock, man. Book, what up, though? Hope you're doing well, brother. Blessings to you and yours. You already know how we rock out. Says salute everybody. But hey, man, we got good news today. We all know that mailbag from me and C-Dub coming tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all stay looking out on that. And that is it, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. Before you get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that noti bell. We appreciate y'all. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and give y'all that number. For the people that ain't called in, if you want to be a part of the mailbag episode, go ahead and call in. The number to do so is 773 242-9336. Chris has said Kyler Murray 100% a PlayStation guy. You already know, brother. But hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all be safe. Make sure y'all continue to enjoy y'all Friday and have a great weekend. Peace up. I almost said A-Town down. What am I tweaking on? Chi-Town up and bet out, man. We gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.